Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast, also known by some people as the fake Mexican Joe Rogan, or is that, I've been called that a few times, I take it as a compliment. So today we have Frank Townsend. I met Frank doing Zany's Old Town, but everything is shut down right now, so hopefully we'll get back at comedy here in the Chicagoland area again. Before I start, please follow and like subscribe to the Patreon. I got stickers, keychains, hats, and I got some shirts coming to the top tier members, which is Miami Strippers is the top tier. There's 3 tiers. Go check it out. But yeah, we talked to Frank Townsend. We talked about the boats, his time in the comedy in the boats, the lap dance story, all the white people dancing, the Vice Lord story. That's a funny story about these Vice Lords when he was doing a club on the South Side. We talk about his crazy mom and the gangbangers with her 38 special. That is a revolver pistol. When I lived in the towers and the projects. Oh yeah, episode 30 with D. We talk about some Zoom stuff coming out sexually, whatever. Anyways, life, love, his marriage. Also, I record at the People of Comedy studio with James Webb. Checking out. Oh, one more thing, Gettin Money Boi. There's a video that I bring up last minute because I'm insane with these crazy rappers in a wheelchair in Florida, I'm sure. So I'll put in the link, check it out. All right, like, subscribe, and give me a rating. I'll read it out. Again, check out the Patreon, Lobo Den.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. It's the Lobo Den.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz. I'm going to use my name despite somebody at work allegedly finding out about this. And I used to talk about drugs on this, but I don't think I will anymore. We will, but I don't do drugs anymore. Whatever. Anyways, and we're at recording at the People of Comedy studio with James Webb.
What up?
James?
How you feeling,
James?
bro?
Good. I'm feeling good. Have more people hit you up to do podcasts? I try to.
Yeah,
put
we're
the word out
actually,
there.
believe it or not, we are starting 2 more next month. So thank you.
Yeah.
I think it came from you. So
Okay,
thank you very
good. Yeah, people have been recognizing me, which is weird. I feel a little bit. I go to places.
Mexican Joe Rogan, dude.
Mexican jargon. And today we have Frank Townsend. What's up, Frank?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. I met Frank recently. Was like a week or two. We did Zany's.
Yep, about 2 weeks ago.
And you know, Brian put in the word. Brian's in the back, and he's like, "You should have Frank on." And I was like, "All right, I'll have Frank on." So yeah, shout out to Brian. Did I say Brian Johnson?
No,
Brian
Brian Johnson.
Brian Morton.
Brian Johnson got some issues, right? He got kicked.
Yeah, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson got kicked out of Jokes and Notes back in the day for doing his pussy booty bit. It's a bit. I'll give you just.
Do pussy booty.
It's basically a bit where he basically some muscle guy tried to have his way with him, and then he does a parody song about his ass that looks like a vagina, and he does pussy booty, and he does it in an R. Kelly voice. I did a clip on it when he did the podcast,
Okay,
but
that would.
but that's
be
not
perfect.
the guy who recommended you.
No, not at all. I don't know that guy.
You know, Brian Morton. But when we did do the show, I do remember there was a lady who was she made. Do you have your watch? She made fun of your watch, right? Or you don't have your watch on here?
No. I forgot it this time.
Oh, okay. On purpose? Yeah. She was like, "That's not a Cartier or something," right? She criticized.
It was really. She told me, she's like, "You should start looting so you can get a better watch." I was like, "What's wrong with my watch?" And why would you tell me as a black man to go start stealing stuff? They killing black folks for breathing now. So
yeah,
it's a bad idea.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. And then because she wanted you to get like a Cartier or something.
Yeah, she wanted me to get a Cartier watch.
Those are $10,000, aren't they?
And I'm sitting there like, first of all, you don't even know me. I could go out and buy that right now. I mean, you don't know if I can't. And so everybody's clapping. I'm like, well, hold on. I can't afford it. I cannot. I really can't. She just didn't know that. Just rude of her to assume.
Yeah, I have a nice Casio watch that I got. You know, honestly though, if I did, I had this question maybe like a few weeks ago. I was with my friend. If I don't play the lottery, but if I won the lottery, one of the questions was, "What would you get?" And I used to want to get a Rolex, but now I don't know. I really like this Casio, so I don't think I could even do it anymore to get the Rolex. So, welcome. Welcome to Chicago, Frank. You've been traveling, right? You've been traveling. You've been on the boats before the Chinese guy bit the bat off a lab bat, and I forgot where it was. Was it Wuhan? Is that where
it was? Wuhan. Yeah.
Wuhan got you all in check.
Man, I was doing all right before this. Before COVID, life was great. I was working on cruise ships. Money's good. Going to different countries, just kicking it. Life was great. Then this.
And now, so I'm guessing it sounds like you miss the boats a little bit.
Oh yeah, I miss leaving my house.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I'm used to being gone, and then when I come home, my wife goes to work, my son goes to school. I got the house to myself. I came home the day that they shut down school. So normally, instead of getting my little time to myself, I came home to a family all day long.
How have you guys been doing together?
We haven't murdered anyone.
There's 3 of you, right? Your wife, your son's 10, right? Is he 10?
He's
okay.
10.
Yeah.
And we're good at home.
What grade is that? What grade is 10?
That is 5th grade.
5th grade on a computer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, on a computer learning.
Oh, they're having a revolt in gym class.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, right? The gym teacher was trying to make him do push-ups or something like that?
No, wait, she's way too extra for all of this. I mean, first of all, if it's gym class in my house, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this shit. She said 5th graders now. She wants 35 push-ups, 35 sit-ups, 35 burpees. And so I'm walking past the class, and I can hear this. And I'm like, and I'm listening to her voice. She sound kind of husky. She can't do, I don't hear 35 burpees in her voice. When I went to look at the screen, she was gone, but I honestly didn't believe that. So the kids literally started sitting down, walking off camera. His best friend, Gavin, just sat on the couch eating Doritos and watching the class. That was yesterday. So now we're in day 2 of the revolt.
Oh, okay, the gym revolt.
The gym revolt got deep this time because they didn't had a meeting. So because they have a little chat side, there's a chat room for the kids in the class. These kids have planned a blackout. Literally, as soon as she started talking about exercise, everybody turned off their camera. She's looking at black screens all over.
Really, dude? And there's nothing she can do about it.
And nothing she can do. She's like, oh, really? Oh, really? I'm just going to give everybody Fs. I was cracking up because my son is sitting there on screen camera like, I didn't leave. I'm still here, Dad. I was like, hey, do what you got to do.
Wait, so he didn't black out? He stuck?
You know, my kid's one of the good kids, so they didn't tell him because they figured he might rat.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
I mean, he's no snitch, but, you know.
Who were you when you were younger? Were you a good kid, a clown?
I was a clown, but I was a good clown.
Okay.
I got good grades and all that stuff at first. And then, but I wasn't going to get in trouble because my mama was crazy.
Okay.
So I could not get in trouble. So I had to do all my work, and afterwards I did all the
Did your mom, were you allowed to dress? I couldn't. I was a very strict, like I couldn't have baggy jeans. My mom thought I'd be a gangbanger if I wore Jinkos.
Oh, no.
Those are my baggy jeans from my era.
Oh, no, my mom, she let me dress the way I needed to dress or wanted to dress. It was cool like that, but you just didn't cross that lady.
Okay.
And so.
What happened when you crossed her?
Oh, she's crazy as hell. Look, my little brother went to a school where they were recruiting for gangs, gang members. He freaked out because they were jumping on anybody who didn't join the gang.
Okay.
He called mom from the school. She only worked 5 minutes away. She drove her car, a little 2-seater, onto school grounds, to the door, basically through the gangbangers. She gets out with a .38 in her hand, loaded.
That's a revolver pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 38 special.
Yes. Walks into school with a .38 in her hand.
I like your mom.
Metal detectors. She sees her son, says, you ready? Let's go. And then takes his friends with her out to her car, and she walks over to the gangbangers. Which one of y'all in charge? You? Look, this one's mine. All of these, they're mine. They don't have any problems. If they have problems, I'm looking for you. Never had another problem at the school.
Oh, wow. I love that about your mom.
You didn't have to live with that shit.
I know. I didn't have to live with that, Dad. My mom's very soft-spoken. But when nobody's at the house, she used to whip my ass. But I was a bad kid. You were a good kid. Well, obviously, there's a .38 revolver pointing at your face.
Man, please. The woman was nuts.
Where'd your mom? Did she grow up here? Where's she from?
She's a South Sider.
Okay.
And so she grew up. My family grew up right next to the projects.
Okay.
Which to them made it different. But you live in the projects. Let's just go ahead. You had a house, but your house was right next to a project building. So you in the project.
Yeah.
Same thing. So
no, I lived in project for like 7 years, but the Waukegan projects. But
Waukegan projects, that's like going back to 1965.
Mine's it's called the Towers, right? We call it the Towers. I don't even know the name of the building, but it's a 14-story building where government subsidized security guards.
Right.
Kind of don't pay attention. Like I said before, like I moved in, somebody like got pushed off the 14th floor the first day I moved in,
but to make room for you.
Yeah, to make room for me. But
that's good.
I moved in there because my mom's like, hey, I I need your credit, and this is cheap, so let's use your name. So we did. So I just pretended I didn't work for like 7 years. But then they caught on to me.
Okay.
And then that's illegal. But
a little.
But I just moved out. Like, no, the manager, I was like, hey, how do I move out? Because they caught me and they brought me in the office. Like, hey, Giovanni, we found out, do you work at this CDW place? I was like, yeah. I'm like, you've been working here the last 7 years. And he was like, yeah. I was like, well, you owe back rent for this much because it's not subsidized, and your rent's going to go $900. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, I'm gone.
Yeah. And I went to the mall. I tried to do it legit, right? Like your son, I was a straight shooter, and I was like, went up to the manager. I was like, how do I get out of here? Like, what's the proper paperwork I do to leave and whatever? And she was like, don't tell anybody I told you this, but just go. She was like, yeah, she was a black lady. She's like, just get out of here. Like, look, they scare people all the time. Just get your stuff and go. And you didn't hear it from me. And I was like, all right. So we slowly got stuff out of the apartment in a week and just
go.
And I dipped out.
Like, don't mind me. I'm taking my microwave for a walk.
Are your other brothers funny or get into comedy, or it was just you? When did what push you?
Well, I come from a long line of idiots.
Okay.
The generation before me is just straight nuts. All my uncles.
Who are the uncles?
Aunts,
your dad?
Uncles, older cousins, all of those people. They were all crazy as shit. I have an uncle that just recently passed in the past couple years. I always say, had he ever gotten on stage, you might not know who Richard Pryor was. That's how funny that man was. He's literally the funniest individual I've ever met.
Okay.
And so, it's just something I always watched. I watched Johnny Carson when I was a kid. So it was weird because I always heard he was funny. So one night I stayed up late to see what was happening. And every joke he told went clean over my head. I was 7.
Yeah, you don't get any of that stuff. That happened to me, yeah.
But everybody was laughing, and I couldn't figure out why. So I kept watching it. And so what I didn't get was the jokes, but I watched him. And I learned about the mannerisms, and, he would tell a joke and it didn't fly, so he'd do a hand gesture or he'll make a face. He'll do something. Those little things I caught on early, so, yeah.
Well, how early did you start? How young were you?
I didn't start, officially until college, so I was 22, 21, 20,
okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
I was down at University of Illinois, and they do a talent show.
Oh, okay.
Called for Black History Month, called Cotton Club.
Okay.
So one year I was in it. The next year I hosted it with Erica Watson, very funny young lady, and she also acts as well. Erica does everything. She's bouncing between New York, LA, and Chicago. She's amazing. So shout out to Erica Watson. But after that, Adele Givens came to our school, and I was her opening act. Me and another dude named Brian Dawson. And she was an hour late. So they said, well, one of y'all got to go out there and tell jokes. Brian was like, shit, I don't do this. I'm a student. I got 5 minutes worth of jokes. So I said, well, I'll go. I just walked through the audience talking about people. I didn't know what else to do, so that's what I did.
How much time did you do that time? Do you remember? So you had to fill in her whole time? Because she was doing a headliner set or something?
I did about 27 minutes, and I had 3 minutes worth of jokes. I had never been in a comedy club in my life at that point. I'd only been at the school.
Yeah. That happened to me at a Tilted Kilt. Yeah, they had with T. Murph. T. Murph used to host a show. It was me, Schmitty B, Schmitty B, T. Murph, and Amy Shanker. I think she's out in New York. And T. Murph had some gig at a Tilted Kilt, right? And they were paying, and he was like, and I showed up, and I brought my friends, like 2 friends that they've never seen a show. And I looked around, I was like, all right, we're performing, where's the stage? And I was like, here. And I was like, here? What do you mean?
Yep.
And then he went up to me, he was like, we got 2 options. We could leave the TVs on, or we could turn them off. All right, but he was like, if we turn them off, people might leave or whatever. And this is my first year, and I'm like, man, leave them on, I guess, right? I didn't know, and I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. So I'm over there. I'm doing a 5-minute guest spot, right? And I'm up there, and I'm looking at my time. I see Murphy's over there talking to somebody. It's like getting to 20. I have about maybe 8 minutes max right now. I'm like in minute 23. I get up to like minute 27, right? Because now I'm basically it's a wireless. There's no stage, and I'm just walking around the Tilted Kilt, and whoever I could catch that was paying attention, I was like, oh shit, this table was paying attention. So I'd walk over to them and to do jokes to them, and then but then they start ignoring me, so I'd go to the other table. And then, yeah, it was.
You're like a hobo telling jokes.
Yeah, dude, yeah. But we all got paid, and I was like, because I'm thinking, because one of the comics was late, I think Amy, and then I'm like, is he just having me fill time, or I maybe just wasn't paying attention? And then I see, I was like, is there a light? Do I go? And then finally I remember I looked at my little thing, and I was like 20, I was like, what the hell? And that was, that's when I got broken into something, right? It was some, it was, you need, I don't know, I feel like you need some of those shows when you're
we
younger.
get plenty of them.
Yeah.
And like when I first started, Chicago comedy was super segregated. So
Was?
Yeah, very. Because we really only had 2 legitimate stages when I started. We had All Jokes Aside on Wabash, and then we had the Click that was on Michigan, like 23rd Michigan.
Okay.
And what would happen is they were close. So you do, let's say, if you were starting out at All Jokes Aside, between sets, you'd run down there to see who was working at the Click, and then you come back to your last show, and then you finish up at the Click. Mm-hmm. So one night I was working at All Jokes Aside, and then I ran down to the Click, and Corey Holcomb was headlining, and so the host was Diane Corder, funny as, oh, she's funny as hell. But the show there never ran smooth. It's for whatever reason.
Wait,
something
is this that Click?
at the Click?
Okay.
It never ran smooth.
It never clicked. All right.
Never. So I see her on stage, and I walk in. I go over to Corey, and I was like, "Hey, Corey, what's going on, man? Nothing much." So I said, "So who's your feature?" He's like, "Probably you." I was like, "What? Coming to the stage." I'm literally taking my jacket off on the way. He was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll take the little money though. No problem." Nothing ever worked out there smoothly.
No. Who ran that? Do you remember the club?
It was actually the club ran it.
Okay.
So Moody was the guy who ran the comedy club. Moody was basically family for me. He grew up with my mom and my uncles. So, when I came in the door, I was covered. But it was, I walked in one day and I was doing a feature, and Moody came to me and said, "Hey, you see those 20, 30 dudes in the corner? Well, they're vice lords, and they just came off a funeral. So whatever you do, don't say anything bad because they might kill you." Also, one of the silent partner in the club was the head of the conservative vice lords. So yeah, they could kill me and stay in the club. They wouldn't get thrown out. So I'm doing the first comic gets up there and they heckling him, they bomb him. Dude ain't gonna say nothing to him. I get up there, they let me tell a few jokes, but then they started talking. So finally I was like, "Hey fellas, could y'all keep it down so I can, tell these jokes?" They're like, "We gonna keep doing what we doing. And you say something about us, we gonna fuck you up." And I'm like, "All right, here's what's gonna happen, fellas. I'm gonna do what I do, you do what you do. But I guarantee you, if you beat my ass, ain't nobody gonna wanna give you no pussy tonight. So you could either whoop some ass or get some ass. Which one you wanna do?" They laughed. Okay. I was so damn relieved. After that, I'm taking gangbanger pictures. I'm in the, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. What up?" So it was crazy.
You got comedically jumped in. I like that.
Oh my God. I thought I was gonna die that night. Because Moody was my uncle, and he even fading in the background. He hiding behind the curtain, like, "Oh, don't do it, Frank. Don't do it."
When'd you get on the boats? How long you been doing the boats? You've been to cruises.
Oh yeah. I've been with Norwegian since 2014.
Okay. I saw a review and somebody complained about that. You see, well, no.
Yes,
I love that. I was reading it. They complained about everything about the boat, but the best thing, the only good thing about it was you and like Benaggio. Who was the other? Some other comedian, Benaggio and Frank Townsend. Like everything, they complained about their whole trip there, but so like only thing I enjoyed was Frank Townsend.
I remember that review because I just was talking about that review the other night because somebody who saw it, the first person who saw it, sent it to me, and I wanted to post it, but I'm like, I can't post that.
Yeah, because you work there.
It's kind of like they telling me my job sucks, and I'm good. So, but yeah, cruise shipping is the bomb.
What's your favorite thing about the boats?
The check.
Oh, okay.
Man, the check. Oh, it's a nice. Real talk. It's a cool job because you're meeting people literally from all over the world. After working there all these years, I literally can go to 20 different countries and hang out with somebody I know. And to me, that's the coolest part. So, but that check, it's still that check. It keeps you coming back.
What's one of the worst things about the boats? Or the boat? It's you've been on the same line, right?
Yeah, I only do Norwegian right now.
Okay.
The worst thing is when you ready to go home and you can't. That's the worst thing, because when you get cabin fever, when you're ready to go, you're ready to go.
How long are you out on sea? Or
now for me,
how does this? I don't know how. I've never been on a cruise. I'm afraid of boats.
The boat's
and water.
Okay. The boat's okay. It's just it's nothing to be afraid of unless you're on Carnival. So them fuckers crash all the time.
Yeah, they do, right?
No, but the worst, when you're out there, basically I sign a contract, and I'll do multiple contracts in a year. Contract can be anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. So most of the time I'm out there 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Every once in a while I do a 4-week contract. My very first contract, I did 6 weeks. And, you know, in comedy, if you're working in the same city 2 weeks in a row, you're literally at home. That's the only way that happens. So to be in the same place for 6 weeks, I was going crazy. Now, at first, it was great because they feed you, take care of you. You have no responsibilities other than the comedy show. They cooking for you all day. You eating all day. It was wonderful. And, you know, you get up there, get your food, and it's the same food every week. So every Monday, they cook the same thing.
Okay.
But,
what do they cook on Mondays?
Whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
Different ships, so.
Okay.
But I got up there, like, the first 3 weeks, I was happy. The middle of that 4th week, I walked through that dining hall and walked my ass right out. I was sick of everything they had. I mean, I knew to cook by that point, so that's one of the worst parts, is the fact that you can't get what you want when you want it if you're working on the show.
Okay.
And so, like, just say if you just want to grab a sub, they ain't got no sub joint. You know, Chicago pizza, you ain't getting that. You're getting cruise ship pizza, and that ain't Chicago pizza. And so, other than that, you kicking it. And I got the comedy is the easiest job on the ship. It's like, if you're a good comic, you got the easiest job. I work about 3.5, maybe 4 hours a week if you add up all my stage time.
Okay.
After that, I'm kicking.
What are you doing the rest of the time?
Walking around fucking with people. That's all I do. I mean, other cruise ship workers, other passengers. I just
Are you allowed to drink?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, because I had a buddy who worked at a cruise ship, but he not anymore because he got drunk on the job, and then
you can't be the drunkest person in the room.
Okay.
You can get drunk. You just can't be the one that's causing all the trouble.
All the ruckus.
Yeah, if you're the one on the table with your shirt off, waving around your head, you probably gonna lose your job.
Who are the people that go on the boats? Is it a mix of people? Because I saw your Instagram and I saw, it's one of my favorite things. No offense, James, but I saw white people dancing. I saw.
Yes.
Dude, pull up his Instagram. Put up rank down. This is one couple, dude. Like, it's. Here, scroll down. Right there. Bottom right.
Oh, right God, yeah.
Look at these people. Like, you get to see this all day.
Damn.
Look at this, dude. People are watching. They're moving their hands. I don't know.
Oh, and that was 80s night. You see the guy in the short shorts?
Hold on. Oh, wow. There's a guy.
Oh, yeah.
There's a guy wearing short shorts. Oh, he has a headband, I think.
I'm telling you, it's 80s night. They have theme nights at the party. And she was doing good until she started watching him. That's when she lost it. This is my joy. I'm telling you, I love doing this. I got a bunch of videos like that. Watching white people dance is one of the best things you could ever do on earth. It is. I truly love it. Oh, get to that guy. The guy in the middle. Go down one. Him.
Oh, let's see this. Oh, this guy's wearing. This guy has long hair. Dashiki, yeah, a mullet, dashiki. I don't know what kind of sandals those are called. White sandals? Are those Birkenstocks? I don't even know. No.
I don't know what. Those are just cruise sandals.
Frank, there's a TV over there for you too.
Oh yeah. Okay. This always happens.
I love this video because it's never gonna happen ever again in life. He is literally dancing to the double Dutch bus. If I told the black people I grew up with that this happened and didn't show that video, they're like, quit fucking lying.
Did you get to talk to some of these people?
Oh, I talk to everybody.
Okay, you meet any crazy people on the boat?
All the time. All the time. I had a lap dance during the middle of one of my shows on the ship.
Oh, really? Was she married? Were her husband there?
Well, here's the deal. We were doing the late show, and when they were seating people, she was already drunk and she was already irritating. She had people moving away from her. The host does 10 minutes. She talked through the entire host set. Host brings me on. She talked through the first few minutes of my set, and I tried to ignore her, but it got to the point where you had to say something. Yeah. So I started hitting her with some jokes or whatever. She didn't like it, so she stood up and she walks to the stage. Now the stage is only like it's only a 6-inch riser, and I'm sitting on a bar stool. So she comes on the stage, and I can tell she's drunk, but she's not violent. She's not trying to hurt me or anything. She's just trying to party. So I'm sitting there, and she has this little mini skirt on, and she stands next to me, and I go, well, what are you going to do? She straddles me and proceeds to give me a lap dance. Now, my friends from one of the shows after midnight, they were there, and that's an all-black cast, and they're watching me get this lap dance from this white chick, and they're sitting there thinking, your black ass about to get fired. There's no way you keeping your job after this. So now the thing is, I know if I hit her or push her, she can charge me with assault and I can lose my job for real. So I just let her do what she was going to do. So when she finished, she looked me in the eye. I looked her in the eye. And I said, that's the sorriest fucking lap dance I ever had in my life. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. At which point she got mad. She got off or whatever. Now I had on brand new black jeans. Brand new. Now, sometimes women, because she had on like a little mini skirt, sometimes women will put like powder on their thighs to keep them from chafing.
Yeah.
So when she got off of me, there was a white band across my lap. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do to my pants? I was like, you're not even a real white woman. This shit comes off. When I said that, the room went crazy. So now, at this point, now I'm arguing with her. And she's getting mad. And so I tell her, like, look, if I tell you to shut the fuck up, I'm probably going to get fired. But if the audience does it, that's just passenger on passenger crying. So I counted to 3, and the whole room was like, shut the fuck up. At which point, she starts arguing with them. So I start reffing the fight. I'm having a blast. Then another passenger counts to 3, and they say it again. And so at this point, she starts to walk out. And so as I'm telling her to leave, I tell everybody else, I need you all to write a positive comment card for the negative one she's about to write right now. I was joking. I went on with the show. She stood her drunk ass. She went to the front desk, stood in the middle of the atrium and said, the comedian has ruined my cruise at the top of her fucking lungs. They woke my boss up. She was in the bed asleep. She had to run up there and try to fix the situation. Now, everybody saw what happened, so I didn't get in any trouble. But she did make a complaint, so it gets logged into the system.
Okay.
All the officers and everybody with access to a computer can see the complaint. But everybody in the room went and complained on her. So the next day, everybody on the ship is like, so we heard you got a lap dance at the show last night. This is the captain. I'm like, dude, why do you know? You weren't even there. You driving the damn boat. And so for the rest of the week, though, everybody was waiting for her to come back to my show to see if she would come back.
She come back?
Oh, hell no.
No?
Oh, hell no.
Was your man there?
Okay, she was there. She was on the cruise with a man. I don't know who he was, and it kind of scared me because I know she was upset about it. And, dudes like to protect their woman, and all I knew is he was white, and this is Norwegian. Everybody white. So you don't want to just be walking down the hallway and get blindsided by a white dude. It's like... It's 2,000 of them on the boat.
So you don't know how the dude is. You don't know.
Never saw him.
I always like watching how men react when their girl starts acting out of pocket. There's like different type of reactions where like they're embarrassed. I don't know. I'm sure you've seen a lot of this on the boat or
a lot of posturing. My favorites are the ones that know she's a fuck up. When you got that girl and he looks like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again.
Let me get her purse. We're about to get thrown out again. That type of dude.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites. I was like, dude, she must have really got some good pussy because that's the only reason you still with her because y'all get kicked out of everywhere.
And then what's your wife think about the boats?
She loves it. She loves cruising. So whenever she gets a chance, she'll get on the ship with me and kick it. And
where do you guys go? Is this Bahamas? Is this cold lines?
I try to stay in the Caribbean. Anywhere warm, I'll go.
Okay.
I've done Alaska a few times, and like I said, I'll go for the check. But if all else,
Where do you guys port in Alaska? You've gone inland in Alaska? I've never been. I'm curious. It seems like a lot of
go to Ketchikan. Ketchikan is one of the stops in Alaska. I can't remember the other names because that's the first one we go to. Alaska is very interesting. I play this game called Let's Find a Black Person. Because I keep hearing that we're there, and I just don't see them.
You're with the bears.
Apparently. But wait, do you know Alaska is not as cold as Chicago?
Oh, when they did that stupid polar... You weren't here for the polar vortexes, were you? You're probably...
Oh, yeah. I've seen...
okay, but you were here or you were on a boat when it happened?
I was here.
Oh, yeah. And that's when Alaska was like, what... it was like in the 30s, and over here was like -40 or something like that.
Please. I got off the ship and told them I was from Chicago. They're like, "Ooh, it gets cold there."
In Alaska,
what the hell? You Alaska? Because they stay in Ketchikan. They stay around
what kind of
between
people are
30 and 20.
Because look, when I think of Alaska, I think of people who are trying to run away from stuff.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
people who've seen things and
Yeah,
that's where the government put them.
Yeah, or the government, and they're like, some shit happened down here, and they go. I don't know. There's a stereotype. I haven't been to Alaska. I know one person from Alaska.
The funniest thing is, it looks like almost every other port from every other cruise ship stop. The same type of people.
Really, Alaska?
Oh yeah. What's funny is, let's see, you'll get a lot of what races did I see? Because of course, it's Alaska. You're gonna see white people, but. You'll see Indians. That was kind of shocking. I'm like, really, y'all here? Straight with the dot. And I got the dot like tells the weather too, because if it's blue, that means it's a cold day. So apparently, that's how that works. But yeah, it's a weird group of people. They're strangely happy all the time. I don't get that. It's like,
maybe less Wi-Fi signals.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a conspiracy guy at all. James, 5G? Is it going to kill us all?
No.
Is it?
What's after 5G? Oh, that's an old conspiracy, right? Anything new
What's
going
after 5G? 6G.
Oh, 6G. I don't know. New conspiracies, right?
5G just means 5th generation technology. That's all it means.
So we're not skipping no generations.
No, we were at 4G last time.
That's right.
We'll be at 6G the next time.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so you weren't on the boats when the COVID came, right? You just came back.
I literally was on the boat when that shit started. Okay. So I got on the ship in February and I was leaving March 16th.
Okay.
And everybody was talking about how bad cruise ships were. We were actually fine. I was safer on the ship than I was when I came back to Chicago because a ship can quarantine. Mm-hmm. If anybody on the ship gets sick, you can put them in their cabin. You can section off a whole part of the ship if you need to, as long as you know that it's there. That's it. I got back to Chicago. Everything's wide open. It's like, this is not safe. It was like, I felt better on the ship. I really did. And so, and we had to come through New York, and the head of the Port Authority had just gotten COVID the week that we were coming back. So we didn't know what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. We didn't know if they were going to let us out of New York. We didn't know if they were going to let us off the ship. We didn't know what was going to happen. I got to New York. New York was a ghost town. Nobody was on the street. Normally, it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the airport. Mm-hmm. Within 30 minutes, I was inside the airport and had gone through everything, just waiting on my plane. It was crazy. I had never seen it empty because were we LaGuardia or Kennedy? I can't remember which one. I think it was LaGuardia, but it was empty.
I think they're shutting down. What's going on with Chicago? I don't know. I don't pay attention to news. I know Will County shutting down DuPage. Mm-hmm. Is there Cook County shutting down or no?
So we have to maintain a threshold of, I think it's under 8% positivity rates, and we're at 7.1 right now. So we're real close.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I know I'm doing a show Thursday, and then Saturday I'm doing Zany's again, the late show, and then Friday I'm doing something in a park. But I don't have. Have you done outdoor stuff, or have you been doing anything while you've been home? Or you been? I mean, Zany's and stuff. But
I've been doing Zany's, Laugh Factory. I did Riddles. Those are the 3 I've done. I haven't done anything that's like outside of normal comedy, like the outdoor gigs, and I haven't done any Zoom shows. That scares me. That's just not normal.
It's not, dude. There's been a lot of controversy in the Chicago comedy scene because people have been offended that people have tagged Zoom shows. I don't know.
I'm not offended. Look, if you can do it, make people laugh, and you can get a check for it, do what you do. I'm not comfortable with it, so how am I going to stop you from making money if you can do it?
Yeah. I did one. It was interesting, right? You're sitting there. It doesn't feel right. It's like when. Hey, quick question. Somebody's dick just came out. Do you know what the details of that?
What?
The CNN guy was he masturbating?
Yeah.
Some guy.
Tubin, Jeffrey Tubin.
Yeah, Jeffrey Tubin. I don't know. Speaking of Zoom, he was in a Zoom meeting.
What's going on with this?
And then, I don't know if he wasn't masturbating, right? Jeffrey Tubin.
No, the story goes that he. We should read this on Fox.
That'll be more fun.
But he
This is
basically
crazy.
he was setting up for Zoom sex with someone else, and he was ending another call and forgot to switch calls.
Let me go. Hey, go back up and read that.
Well, wait.
Fox
So the
headline.
person that he was talking to is the person that ratted him out, basically.
Let me.
I think so.
I'm going to read the Fox headline real quick. Ex-CNN producer details Jeffrey Tubin's past, says masturbation scandal should be taken seriously. I think his dick was out. This happened to my buddy D, actually, episode 20 or 30 something of the podcast. He was on a conference call. I don't know if your family does your family come at you with multi-level marketing?
I've had that happen.
Okay, all right. So,
Dude,
Yes.
this hashtag #MeTubin.
Hey,
Holy fuck!
that is great.
Undefeated the
METOBIN,
internet.
dude. Tubin was marked across social media. So
The Tubin.
yeah, so I think he was doing a Zoom thing, and somehow his penis came out.
Don't you hate it when that
Wait,
happens?
what is this? When Greenfield refused to have an abortion, what's going on? TNA test? Oh, there's a Greenfield.
I mean, this is Fox.
I know.
Here.
Yeah.
Let's see
Is there like a middle one? Because CNN is all in the. Hey, let's look at the others. Does CNN have one? Let's go completely opposite of Fox. Oh no, but CNN's not gonna report on it. That's their guy, so they're not even reporting on it.
Probably keeping it.
They gotta say something. It was like, yeah.
So he was suspended, I guess, from the New Yorker at least.
Oh.
But he works for like several publications, so I don't know.
At least it was safe sex. I mean, he wasn't out there just no mask in it. And he kept it on his side of the screen. Let that man live.
So, like to people out there, you got to be careful because you got to make sure you're muted, and because this is what happened to my buddy D. He was there was a multi-level. What is there another multi-level
MLM,
marketing?
Yeah.
And so she invited a bunch of people at the house. So there was a bunch of people at her house,
Right.
and then there was everybody on the video conference from other places and other people. And D had it on his phone, right? And then he's over there, he's watching it. And when you have it on your computer versus when you have it on your phone, you don't see all the other screen. You don't see. He clicked on it and it went away where he didn't see himself. So he sees other people. He's just watching. Goes to take a shit, right? And he puts it on the counter next to him on the phone. And as he's just watching shit and he thinks he has it, he had muted on himself. Gets up, wipes, turns around. Everybody at his mom's house sees his penis or dick. I don't know the proper words. Yeah. So that happened.
You don't know the proper word?
I don't know. I want to keep it.
His tubing.
This is a family podcast. So then, he saw his penis dick. And yeah, but at the end of the night, he told his mom called, and then he sees his mom is calling him. He's like, "What's my mom? We're doing a conference thing." And she's like, D'Angelo or whatever, take your thing off, blah 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 blah. Yeah, everybody just saw your penis. She's like, oh. But the next day they had the conversation. Is like, but did you get people signed up? And she did. So, yeah. So I'll give it up to multi-level marketing.
Yeah,
but
so
that's what happened.
If he were smart, he'd say, my dick helped you do that, Mom.
Frank, you've been married. How long you been married?
10 years.
10 years. I'm not married. I'm single, and my life is in shambles as far as women in relationships. So how'd you meet your wife? I'm just trying to see how I can not die alone.
Weirdly enough,
He's successful too, right? 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. We got the 10-year club.
Okay.
We actually knew of each other from high school.
Okay.
We had all the same friends. We just did not know each other. So we got together after an event where a bunch of us were there. So it was actually easier because she already knew all my friends. So when she did her background check on me, they all just asked people she knew. So And plus, her mom Googled me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Army Jean, you Googled me. I know you did it.
But that's a good sign, I feel, of the mom. Because the mom cares, right?
Oh, yeah.
Versus the mom's like, oh, the mom's great, the family's great, that's important.
So it's just real talk. There is no advice for this shit. It's all blind fucking luck.
Yeah, right.
It's blind luck. Nobody knows what the fuck they doing. Nobody. I mean, I'm not leaving and she hasn't put me out yet. So shit, what? That's how we stay together.
Okay. And then how do you? I've learned this.
What you got?
Over the years, I feel like I didn't have this before. Like I know how to pick my battles a little bit more now. I used to not. I do. Or this is, you were talking about earlier before the podcast about feel. I didn't have. I didn't understand. Like I would try to use logic when I would talk to him. I was like, what? Like
logic.
Yeah.
Oh, you a real rookie with this.
I had no idea. When I would talk to a lady and I would try to use logic, I'd be like, look, A plus B is this. So that's why. And I didn't understand that they didn't want to hear that. It was just like how, it's
logic is not a realm that they operate in. No. Because unless logic benefits them, they don't operate in it.
Yeah, it's how do they?
No, that's when they jump into the matrix. No, and they can bend this shit to wherever they need to. It's like one of the things is my wife's a psychologist by trade, so logic is something she's very good at. So she's only gone, where logic's been thrown out the window a couple times in the 10 years. But for the most part, the hard part is she's actually flipped me in an argument because using that psychology shit. Where I came out agreeing with her when I went in not agreeing with her, and I thought everything was fine.
What are you guys arguing about?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, right. You don't know where it starts.
She just warped me, and I walked out the door like, yeah, I won. What the fuck did she just do to me? That's how she got me.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's smarter than me.
Okay.
Considerably.
Yeah. James, I'm bringing a lady on Tuesday. Not my ex, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stopped talking to my ex Wednesday. We actually had a good talk.
I thought you stopped talking to her like a month ago.
He was supposed to.
The fuck, bro?
No, I didn't. I was still talking like every day.
This guy's story.
Okay, tell me about the ex. I need to hear this now.
So on and off ex for 10 years. She has a boyfriend though.
Okay, cool.
Fuck him. Yeah. I mean, I can't look.
No, you my guy. Fuck him.
Yeah. But this is what I explained to my friends, because my friends always jump on my side. But I was like, hey, when I was 25, for those 3 years we were with her together or whatever, like I was an animal. Like, I used to drink. You don't.
Okay.
Do you drink alcohol? You don't drink. You don't do drugs.
I don't do drugs, but I do drink.
Okay, drink. But you drink responsibly?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Always?
For the most part. Yeah. No, because the thing is, working on ships, you drink. That's what you do.
Yeah.
And so that's literally how I built up my tolerance, working on cruise ships. If it weren't for comedy, I wouldn't drink at all. If it weren't for cruise ships, I wouldn't be able to drink tequila.
Oh, okay. That's your go-to, tequila?
Tequila and rum, because rum, I'm a straight pirate now. I love it.
So we were together for like and then on and off, but during that time, wasn't the best person, you know what I mean?
Right.
Raging, whatever, like you get into arguments about, like one time I got in an argument, I was like, hey, I don't want to drink tonight, but I want to do a bunch of Molly, and then she, it was New Year's, and then she said, no, I don't want to be with a drug addict, so out of spite, I got really drunk, and then, then I got out of control. But the last few months, I was like, you know what, I think I'm a better person, right? Quick thing about me is, I've been laying off the booze slowly, and then last year I was doing really good. July 15th, I accidentally spent $4,000 in one night with strippers till like 5 p.m. and I partied with them, doing drugs, doing coke and alcohol. But
there's a slip up.
Yeah. But after that, it happened. But that's when when I got
happens to the best of us.
when I got back. It was a good rock bottom, but when I got back, I got my stuff together. I'm not going to say the other S word because this is a Christian podcast. So when I got my stuff together, and I worked all summer, and I went and made back, and then now like I have good credit and I'm a better person. I paid that off, and I was this new me tried to kind of be like, hey, it's me, and then but what about this guy, right? And it was like, it was no.
She has PTSD. She's like, fuck that.
Yeah, dude, and that's what I realized. Once like that trust is broken, it's hard to get it back, and that's one of the things we talked about.
Okay,
you know what I mean. So then last week I had a talk with her. We had a long talk. I was like, it's better let's not just kind of not talk, because it's like it's not fair to you and your man. and because it was fine, I was fine with it, but there's something on Monday, something hit me where I was like, you know what? I want to get back with her now. So then I was gonna have it. Yeah. I got my feelings.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. And then I was like, I was gonna have some type of talk. So Wednesday we had the talk. So, but she won't be there. Somebody else will be there. Hopefully she doesn't hear this. But I like this girl.
Good.
You know what you are to her? You're the one that she tells everybody about. You're the one. No. That's literally what you are. So the guy that she's with right now, she told him about you. Yeah, it wasn't so good. He was mean. He was drunk. He was an asshole. Don't be an asshole. And then she's like, I still talk to him though. Like,
yeah, he didn't like me. Obviously, right? Like,
of course, you're not supposed to like the last guy because you besmirched her honor.
I did.
What you did.
Like,
so he's supposed to hate you.
Yeah. And there's there's a specific example. There's a pancake place I like, Walker Brothers, right? I like Walker Brothers. They're decent pancakes.
Okay.
I love the hotcakes at McDonald's. But anyways, we're there. There's an example where we were together. She got something and I got something. I don't know if you your wife, do you order together? Do you split? Do you share? Do you do double split and then share?
Long story short, she just takes whatever she wants off my plate because that's what women do.
And it doesn't upset you. You know better, right? You know that's why I'm alone.
The battles you pick.
Okay. How do you order with your lady, James?
I order first. Usually, no. It depends on the situation. I'll order or she'll order first. Doesn't matter.
I like to consult. So we both order something so we could share something a little bit.
It's very feminine of you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you get more food, right? I even do some other friends. I think it's more of a fat thing, you know.
But women don't like to share their plate very much. That's been my experience.
The skinny ones. No, you're wrong. Look, I like big chicks, right?
I'm always finishing her food.
Yeah.
She's tiny, so that's why I'm so big.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I like. I'll hang out sometimes with some bigger eaters. I like bigger women.
I ain't mad at you. I get down myself. I partake myself.
What is it? The pushing for the cushion?
More cushion for the pushing.
More cushion for the pushing, right?
Oh my God.
Because look, you've been on cruise ships. You know, white dudes. They you show them a girl you like Eric Pinnell. He got me to start the podcast. I message him on my Instagram like women I'm into all the time, and he's just like gross and gross, fat. She's disgusting, and it's like
What's funny to me is because we actually had like a round table. We were sitting at 3 Illinois Center. Me, Joey V, a few other people. There's a bunch of comics, and all races were represented. And we were trying to convince a white dude that a big ass was a good thing. And it was like, we were pointing out women. We were like, okay, because he's like, nah, that's too much. That's too much. So now, okay, we're getting smaller. It was like the United Nations for men. We were literally sitting there like, this was a discussion we had. And I always said this would bring men together around the world if we just watched women walk by and talk about what we liked on them.
Yeah.
Because you learn about the guy. And so every woman we picked for him was like, if she wasn't like as thin as this little mic cord, he didn't want her. And so talking to women, this is what I found out. Women who are thicker, generally the men that don't like them tend to have little dicks that don't reach everything the way it should. So a woman with a big old ass, if he don't want it, it's because he can't get past it. Usually. That's what I was told.
It's like a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wall in front of their...
It's like you're trying to pole vault, but you pole vault with a toothpick. you got to get up there.
This is good. Somebody said this line. I don't know who it was, but it was Whoopi Goldberg. She used to date Ted Danson. And somebody made this line. I don't know if it was him or somebody else or it was in a movie, but they said about Ted Danson dating Whoopi Goldberg. It's like somebody throwing a hot dog through a hallway. I remember this. I don't know if it was in that movie where he was a car salesman. I
remember that movie.
Yeah. I was a big Whoopi and Ted Danson fan. I used to watch.
Oh yeah.
I used to watch that show he was on that nobody else watched. Where he was
Cheers?
a doctor. No, the one that nobody watched. Becker, right? Yeah.
I saw a few episodes of that.
Yeah, I'd watch. I'd watch a lot.
Ted Danson was good.
I like Ted Danson, right? Is he alive? Right? Yeah.
He ain't dead. Not yet.
He's on The Good Place.
Yeah, The Good Place.
What's that?
That's a weird show.
What is that? I don't know about
Super
TV.
weird, dude.
What is that about? Puerto Ricans or what?
No. Are there any Puerto Ricans on that show? I don't think so.
Probably not.
No, they don't, because basically people are dying. People have died and gone to quote unquote the good place or the bad place.
Oh.
And this chick is like she's in the wrong place.
So this is it's an afterlife show. Kristen Bell, she was in that one movie.
Oh yeah.
With that white guy. With a British accent.
Russell Brand.
Yeah, Russell Brand. Yeah, Jason Segel reminded me a little bit of myself in that because he was chasing her and then she was like, I'm fucking another dude now. Giovanni, get the fuck, simp ass dude, get out of here.
What the hell is that movie called? Why can't I remember it?
I want to.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's it.
Okay, got you.
I want to show you a video. Can you Google this? This is completely random and it has nothing to do with comedy or life or women. Google Krazy 8s, or maybe Google wheelchair comedian Krazy 8. Wheelchair, all right. Okay, I feel this video like if it would have came out years ago. No, this isn't it. This isn't it. Go to Google and Google it. All right. My apologies. Not comedian, rapper. Wheelchair Krazy 8 wheelchair rapper. Now this came into World Star Hip Hop about 9 years ago, and I feel like this would have came out now where like the internet is a thing. It would have been you know what? Just Google wheelchair rapper. Wheelchair rapper. Just take out How did I look this up?
Wheelchair rapper.
What was that? World Star?
World Star, or maybe World Star Krazy 8. I feel like I just had it pulled up. Let me go to my YouTube. Sorry I went so random, but it just I feel like the world needs to know. They feel like they're from Tampa.
This?
Huh? Yes. Okay, there it is.
Wait, paralyzed white boy? Huh?
Yeah.
What the? Huh?
Pull it up. I want to. The world needs to know. So this video came out. Yeah, this guy's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
So we'll play a little bit at the beginning. And we'll get to about 2:30 of the video. It won't load. There's on YouTube. So now that you have their name, grab their name and put it in, and there's a video of them on YouTube. Because how does it spell? Yeah, Krazy. Yeah, Krazy with it. Krazy.
Where are you taking us right now?
Oh, there we go. Go to the YouTube on their Chop Shop. That first video, Gettin Money Boi. All right, let's watch the video for a second. Okay, so there's money, there's a phone, there's a chick in a wheelchair, there's a guy. That guy has a white hat.
Y'all need to get that money up, brother.
He has gold teeth. He's in a
How
wheelchair.
you got gold teeth and they crooked? Fucker, you should have bought braces, and they're cheaper.
Ooh, he's wearing South Pole. Remember South Pole?
Oh yeah. How old is this?
Look at the 9 years ago. Look at the amount of money they have. Look, this is all.
Oh, that's $1,000.
look. This is all the
They
money.
can't be stopped.
Oh, there's $1,000 and some 50s. And they're gonna put this money in a Louis Vuitton bag. All of this money.
You're gonna put that in a wallet.
Yeah, literally, they're putting it in a Louis Vuitton bag. Look at all the money they have. Okay.
What the?
Now go about look at the video at the time. Maybe let's go to about 2:30 when it's about to start. Maybe go to 2:30, 2:25. Okay, it's about to start. Here we go. Krazy 8 featuring Taylor Boy and Jay Speekz, Getting Money Boi. Beats by Krazy J. He's in a wheelchair, right? This has to be Florida, I feel.
Yeah, this got a Florida feel to it. Looks a lot
Spinners.
like Florida.
I feel.
Wait, 9 years ago, nobody had spinners.
No. Oh, he just showed his Ruger. Pretty sure it's a Ruger.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
The rapper's in a wheelchair and he's paralyzed. Oh, there's a fat white chick in tattoos. She has no ass. The guy is sagging. He's in the wheelchair. I want to see the part when the lady puts his ass on him.
What's bothering me is all the people around him. He's the hope for the hood. He's their best shot.
Hold on, let me just get to the part where the girl they put the money in his mouth
because he can't hold it in his fingers.
They put the cash in his mouth because he can't hold it inside his fingers.
Oh, this is horrible.
Oh, look at the white dude in the back. Oh, look at the gut. She has a gut. There it is. This is the part where
yeah.
they put the ass in his face.
This is wonderful.
Hold on. Okay. You can turn
Why
it
don't
down
we see more of this on the news? I mean, really. Trashy white folk need to be everywhere.
So that she's right up against him because he's paralyzed in a wheelchair and his ass. Okay, we could turn it down or we could turn it off.
This is. Oh, we turning it off now? Why?
We could turn it down. Anybody else have been
amazing.
I've seen this whole video like 4 times. You know what I mean?
Why did you just show us that?
It's been on my mind. It's been on my. I've been.
Now I gotta go home and talk about this shit. This is ridiculous.
The reason I show, I don't know. Because I sent it to my friend. There's a listener, Sideshow, shout out to Sideshow Panda, who just told me a crazy story about some guy in her DMs and pegging and like, would a woman, I don't know, if a woman lets a guy in her DMs and gives him an inch, like this guy went full pegging, rape fantasies, like crazy, it's like crazy,
wow.
yeah. And she was like, okay, like barely kind of responding. The guy's like, yeah, you know, I want to come in your face. Like, yeah, I got
he
like
just
that.
went there.
Yeah, he went right there, and then she was like, he said a bunch of stuff. It's like, are you wet? Are you hard? Or I like, and he's like, I'm not gay, but I like big cocks in my mouth. And he went all over there, right? And then she was like, okay. She just put like tight or like I don't know what to. But she sent me some video, and I sent it to her because I just remembered it on the drive up here.
That is horrible. I mean, you can tell that some people, if you just look at their profile, you can tell that people don't talk to them in real life. Only on the internet.
Only on the internet.
There's literally no one actually speaks to them in a face-to-face situation because no one knows them.
Yeah.
So when they get on the internet and somebody actually responds to them, they just go for it. Like, fuck it. This shit's been holding on for 10 years.
Do you have people like that message you like that, or you?
Not many.
I do.
Not many.
Have you had stalkers or groupies?
They're actually kind of sad.
Oh.
I had one chick that was stalking me, and it was kind of funny because all she said was, "Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?" That was like every day. It was like, "Hey, how are you? I'm the same." It's like this is as far as this is going, huh? Hey, how are you? Okay, you just gonna stand there. All right, that was it.
Yeah,
so.
that just happened to me the other day. She, my friend's like, I don't know if it's an aunt or something, but I think she's a little whatever. And she's been DMing me, hi, are you married? What age you are? Like, she's been like, I don't know. Oh, actually, my dad just DM'd me. I don't know if you have a good relationship with your father, but he just, there she is. Hi, 8:30. There it is. Look, hi. I won't say her name. Hi, 8. Hello. Hi, are you married? Hi, hello. But I think she has some issues. But my dad just got another Facebook. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with her father, but my dad has 13 Facebooks. And I just requested
What the fuck
this
is wrong
one.
with your dad? The hell is he running from, or what is he doing?
I lost my phone.
He got Facebook accounts like burnout
I got a new
phones.
phone. I need some money. Blah, blah. He got deported. He's in Mexico. Blah blah blah.
Okay,
Send it to this guy. But yeah, he's and he responds to my story about his show. So I don't know, but he's on his like 13th Facebook. Before
he forgot his password. Said, "Fuck it, I'll start another one."
What's our?
That's what old people do.
What's that? What have I do? Have your parents seen you perform? Like he hasn't. He's
my
in
mom
Mexico.
has seen me a million times. My grandparents even saw me perform a few times.
Because when they get to see you, it's like a vacation for them, right?
And it was funny because my grandfather before he passed, he was blind and lived on the south side of Chicago. One time they came up to Schaumburg to see me, so I drove them up there. So we're riding for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes, he goes, and he calls me by my middle name. My middle name's Jermaine, so he said, "Hey, Jay." I was like, "Yeah, where we going? It's gonna be white people, ain't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, because anytime you drive 20, 30 minutes from the south side, wherever you end up, it's gonna be white people." So I was like, "Good job, Pop. We've been riding for 40 minutes." So it's Caucasians everywhere.
I wonder what kind of relationship a blind man would have with other races. Like, you could sense the voice, right? Or,
well, here's the thing, because he lost his sight, so he could see at one point. So, he used to watch TV, and everything he learned about the white man, he learned watching Jerry Springer and Maury.
Oh,
yep, that's everything. That was his question about every couple. That was, are they white? Yep, they white. That was his thing. He wanted to know who the white people were, and he paid special attention to the cases on there.
So why are you watching Maury Povich?
Yes, he learned everything he knew about white people from Maury Povich.
How'd you find out you had a son? I'm just bringing up Maury Povich because the what's their thing? Is he the father? How'd you react when you found out you were going to have a baby?
I was coming home from a show, and she said she had found out, she had taken the test, found out she was pregnant. And because I'm a comedian, she decided she was going to say something cute.
Cute, funny.
Yeah. But wait, because a couple of weeks before, she had told me, that she was late. And as a man, that shit don't mean nothing to us because we don't know, what late really means.
Yeah.
So coming home, the joke she was going to tell me was depending on me remembering that a couple of weeks ago she said she was late. That shit didn't work. So when I came in the door, she's like, guess what? I peed on a stick. And I'm sitting there like, why you pissing outside? The neighbor's going to see you. Take your ass in the house. What the fuck's wrong with you? She's like, I'm having your baby, you dumbass.
That's cute. I like that. Kind of hot for me. But look, we'll start wrapping up. Do you have anything you want to plug? Well, I don't like saying last words. I got to find something better to say. That sounds morbid.
Yeah, it is kind of morbid. How do we plug? Because, okay, I'm supposed to be doing a show in Joliet.
On Saturday, right? With Alex Ortiz.
Yes, Alex Ortiz. So, at the Forge. Lucky Luciano. The thing is, we don't know what the hell's going to happen. So,
yeah. Because that's part of Will County.
Yeah. Now, in theory, they're saying the show can happen. I don't know, but so y'all need to drive out and see what happens. If the parking
with Lucky Luciano.
Yeah. So if the parking lot's empty, shit didn't happen.
Okay, so October 24th there might be a show with Puerto Rican, Dominican, all in the house. The black dude.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the Minority Report for real.
Do I have any plugs? Social media you want to plug? Social media?
Follow me on Instagram.
No.
I actually have a TikTok. I just don't know. I just use it to watch TikTok videos.
Okay.
I think I critique dance videos. That's all I do now.
Okay.
I think I could choreograph some shit now.
And what's your IG? Oh, here it is. Frank Townsend 50.
50.
Frank Townsend 50. And then mine is the Lobo Den Podcast on Instagram. I have a Twitter, but I feel that's going to cancel me. And Facebook, if you like to subscribe, please tell a friend. If you do a review on Apple, I'll read it. And I'm going to start this Patreon thing because I have one, but one of my listeners convinced me to start it. Because she said, look, I donate, but get it going. I was like, okay. So I have other stuff. And also I'm recording we are at the People of Comedy Studio right now with James Webb. So again, he's the best producer here for podcasts in Chicago.
Shout out to James.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, who else has fucking S&B? What do people have here? Fucking condenser mics? Oh, you can pick up the background noise, you losers. So we have James Webb with condensers. Okay, we got look at these stands over here, right? And these, I'm not gonna grab these like I normally do and do phallic stuff. I'm not gonna do that because I respect the craft. Yeah, I respect the craft. James, any words, anything for the?
No, man. We're taking new clients, and maybe even expanding a little bit with some news on that will come very soon. But please hit me up on Instagram if you want. I'm at Eclism or at People of Comedy Network on Instagram or Facebook. Just look for us, People of Comedy on Facebook.
Yeah, and maybe he'll produce your OnlyFans. Okay, thank you, Lobo Den Podcast.
Hey.
All right, bye.
Lobo Den.